What is up, you guys? Welcome back. A lot of you guys have been asking me about an update, so I thought I could come on here today and just actually sit down with you guys and just talk about like the sleeve update. I have gotten so many DMs on Instagram that you guys want to see an update on like the surgery. So I will be sitting down and talking to you guys. Speaking of like post-op in general, y'all, I'm so excited because I finally got cleared to eat just about anything. Like, I'm clear to eat all foods, so I'm really excited about that. I got on my post-op call, my 6 week post-op call. I'm now 7 weeks post-op. On my 6 weeks post-op call, she basically cleared me for anything, and I asked her, what restrictions do I have? Can I eat like steak, pork? Like, I don't know if there's meats that I should stay away from. And she said, as long as you're chewing it right and it's chopped, you should be able to eat it. Just test everything out and see what settles good in my stomach. So today we are going to be making some sweet ginger pork chops. This video is sponsored by HelloFresh, so thank you HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. This is the first time I eat HelloFresh since I got my surgery. Basically, they just told me to stay high on protein, do a little bit of carbs, but mostly protein. I haven't had like a meal like this. Of course, it's not like the first time I'm eating food because I did do the puree stage, I did do the soft food stage. So I've tried different things, but I feel like this is one of the first like meals that I'm making, like an actual meal, like with its rice, green beans, and the meat, you know, like it feels like one of the first times that we're making like actual food at home that I'll be able to like to eat. And we're gonna see how much I could eat, y'all, because you guys are gonna get a sneak peek on like how much you truly could eat after the sleep. First of all, if you don't know what HelloFresh is, have you been living under a rock, girly? HelloFresh is a meal kit service. They deliver everything you need to your door. They also come with these pamphlets that come with really easy instructions. And now with it being fall season, you can cozy up with some delicious sweets and get the whole family involved with their limited edition baking kits. Baking kits. I'm actually, girl, I need to get my hands on these because that sounds so delicious, and I'm here for any like cooking activities for fall, like little baking kits. Oh my god, I'm here for that. I'm here for it. So yeah, HelloFresh is not just for dinners. You can shop the HelloFresh market for breakfast, snacks, and some bomb dessert. You will find just about anything to satisfy your cravings without going into an actual grocery store or a mini mart. They have veggie, pescatarian, and fit and wholesome meals to make it easy to stick to your goals. And you're not sacrificing any flavor here. They're delicious. HelloFresh also cuts down on your food waste by at least 25% compared to grocery shopping. If you want to feel like a chef, you gotta try HelloFresh. Let's go try our pork chops. All right, food's ready, food's ready, food's ready. I repeat, food is ready. Guys, I'm nervous. I know I'm gonna eat very little, but I wanna show you guys because I know you guys are probably curious. I was really curious at first, like how much could you actually eat? Because my stomach, think about your actual stomach and then think about them cutting, they told me that they took out 70%. 70% of my stomach, y'all. So my stomach is literally like the size of a banana. So let's see how much I'll be able to comfortably eat. We're gonna serve Raul's plate first. How much rice do you want?
That's fine.
Okay. And
that's fine. Yeah.
there. My hands are clean, y'all.
Perfect.
And then some of the sweet chili sauce, or come on, the sweet sauce, sweet ginger sauce.
Yeah, there you go.
Yum. Okay.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
That looks good. I honestly do not know how much I'm gonna be able to eat, but I put a super tiny spoon of rice.
It's like a bite size.
I don't know how much. I'm scared. I don't want to overdo it. I know that you could also measure your food and it'll help you, like, you know.
I was about to mention that we should actually do a scale.
And I am gonna get myself a scale, y'all, but I'm gonna trust my stomach when I eat, and that's what I'm gonna go based off of. This sauce looks good, girl. This is Raul's plate and here's my plate. We're gonna see what I could eat. So this is my plate. It's giving very fancy restaurant when they serve you like
with that
an ounce of food. But your plate looks so good.
It looks amazing, huh?
I'm gonna get a tiny bit of rice, and I'm gonna get a little bit of that pork chop. So I'm gonna do this. That sauce. Okay. God damn, that shit's good. I'm really chewing the pork chops.
Chewing really good.
So there's one bite. I'm gonna take another bite.
So good.
Oh my god, those pork chops. They're so good. That sauce, like a sweet sauce. Hey, so far I've been able to eat one strip of pork chop.
Wow, that's good.
Well, I mean, it's just a strip, but...
How do you feel? Do you feel it in your stomach?
Feels good.
It's
settling good. While I chew and I'm gonna have to eat slow, so let me tell them about the HelloFresh offer before I continue eating, because I can't like go off like I used to go on. And as always, you guys, HelloFresh has an offer for you guys. Go to HelloFresh.com and use my code 65Karina for 65% off plus free shipping. That is, go to HelloFresh.com and use my code 65Karina to get 65% off plus free shipping. Dang, you're almost finished and like I'm still haven't taken my next bite. They did tell me I was able to eat raw veggies too.
Oh yeah? That's good.
Cause she was like, have you tried raw veggies? I was like, no. She's like, you could start eating them. Just chew really, really fine. I was basically clear for everything.
You don't feel like anything? Like it hurts?
It doesn't hurt. Nothing so far hurts.
You
The rice doesn't hurt either.
It's really good. The rice is really soft.
Also, if you're seeing me just like do this with my food, is because I'm editing and I'm not gonna like leave a part where I'm like waiting a minute.
Just taking it slow.
I'm taking it slow. I'm like chewing really well. So far I've had one and about half of my rice. The rice, I got so little of it though, like so little. I'm gonna try to go in for another bite of this so I can get my protein in. So far I've done 2 pieces of pork chop, 2 little strips. They're like maybe the size of like my
finger.
Ring finger. You're basically eating like anywhere like from 2 to 4 ounces after surgery. I was actually reading how like, yeah, later on you might be able to eat a little more, but the typical is like 4 ounces, I think. How much do you think that it was in ounces that I served myself?
Probably like around 4 ounces or less, to be honest.
Probably less, huh?
Like it seemed like that much. I think probably like 2 ounces.
No, yeah.
Or actually,
probably like 3. I feel like I'm like about a bite away from being like full, for sure. I feel pretty satisfied now. So like I'm already starting to feel those cues where I'm like, okay, you're starting to get full. I've had maybe like 2, let me show you how much rice it is. Like it looks like more when I show you, but look at this, the fork. This is a normal size fork.
There was a little bit more before.
And there was like maybe half more, huh, over here?
Yeah.
So I ate about half of the rice. I ate 2 slices of pork chop and I ate 1 green bean. And I'm starting to get a little full, but I feel like I might be able to finish the pork chop. I do want to say that everybody is different because I've seen on TikTok sometimes people will post what they eat.
They eat more?
No, some people eat more or some people eat less. Every stomach is different, y'all. Everyone's different. Like I said, no raw on TikTok. Like people will be eating and the comments will be like, I can't eat that and I'm a year out. The creators always have to be defending themselves like everyone's different. Every stomach is different.
Yeah.
I'm full. That's it.
Yeah. I feel like meat is also very filling too, huh? Sometimes.
And see, I did good because I went for my protein. I got 1 green bean.
And then some carbs.
I got a tiny bit of the rice. I really wish I would have measured that. I feel like that was perfect.
I think that was like 2 to 4 ounces for sure. I don't think it was any less or over.
I don't know, y'all, but I really like that meal. Like, I love that it went down so smooth. And then I have my water that I was drinking here. Well, my Crystal Light, I told y'all. I'm getting better at drinking water, y'all. Like, actual water. Because I was telling you guys how I was really struggling to drink water. I don't know why the water was just feeling, like, heavy on my stomach. It sounds stupid, like, because you're able to eat protein and stuff. But a lot of you guys also were agreeing. Like, those of you guys that also didn't sleep said that you felt the same way about water. I don't know what the scientific reason is for that. But when I put Crystal Light in my water, like, I could drink it. So I was drinking this before and then I waited the 30 minutes to be able to eat my food because you have to wait.
Oh, so you can't eat at the same time?
You can't. I told you that before. Yeah, like if I'm having this, I have to wait 30 minutes to eat. Your stomach could hold so little as it is. If you try doing both, like it's not a good mix. Anyways, guys, let's head upstairs and let's sit down and chat a whole update on the surgery. I'm literally right now in my makeup room. Like, not my, I don't even know what to call this room, y'all. Please let me know what I should do with it, y'all, because like I have some ideas. But like, okay, so this room that I'm in right now is like Mia's nursery, right? We obviously moved the crib into our room and she sleeps in our room now. So I slowly started bringing things in here because for like a few months, like this room was just that, like the toys, and nothing was going on in here. And I was like, I feel like that room is just gonna become a storage and I want to do something with it. So I put my vanity in here, and that's what I have right here. A mess on my vanity right now. I need to like get this room together, girl, because right now it's like my vanity in here slash like her toys. I want to make this room kind of like my fun space. Like I want to put it to use, and I was telling Raul that I kind of want to make it like my beauty slash like closet. It has like a it's like a hexagon, like an octagon. Yeah, it's like an octagon. I feel like it would be perfect as a closet. I just want to put it to use. I just feel like this room has so much potential, and I always like envision it. That way I could really just start organizing. And there's a lot of things that should go in the closet that don't end up going in the closet because like we have so much clutter. Let me know what you guys like, what's the best place that I could find like things for closets, because I think I am gonna do that in here. But anyways, I'm like rambling. A lot of you guys have been asking me a lot about like what's the update on my surgery. A lot of you guys even ask updates on my brother because he's already like months out. So I'll give you guys like a little bit of info on like what I know with him. I wish that Luis would like talk to you guys more about his journey because I feel like he's taught me a lot. I go to him a lot with questions when like I have questions about food or stuff like that, or like anything to do with sleep, because he's a few months ahead of me. I'll try to give you guys just an update on everything because you guys ask me all the time like we need an update, we need an update. And I guess I just don't want to be annoying and like talking about it all the time. You guys let me know if you guys want to see more of it because I'm all here for it, y'all. Like consistently 4 years my weight was 253. I feel like I don't really care to tell you guys anymore about like how much I weighed and stuff, just because like it's a journey, and like I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm comfortable to just open up because like a lot of us are on the same boat, you know what I mean, like with like weight struggles and stuff like that. So yes, for years, and I'm talking like most of my YouTube career, I was at 253. Like for years, that has been my consistent weight for years. I actually even hit 260 at one point, but I believe it's like right when I had Mia, or like at the end of my pregnancy. It wasn't like consistent, like, and I was pregnant, like what? No, you know what I mean? Like what I'm saying is like consistent weight that was like my regular for years was 253. From the moment I started this weight loss journey, I have lost nearly 50 pounds. I am currently at 205. I'm 2 pounds away from losing 50 pounds since I started like my weight loss journey. That is crazy. Like what? I have to remind myself that because when I went into surgery, I was 230 something and I had already lost like the 20 something, you know, pounds. So then I keep thinking, I'm like, oh, I've lost close to 30. But I remind myself, I'm like, no, from your starting weight, you've literally lost almost 50 pounds. Because I was at 253 and I am now at 205. I have never been able to lose like that much on my own in the past with diets. When I would do diets in the past on my own, I would lose anywhere from like 20 to 40 pounds. Like on my own, and that was like, whoa, like me losing 40 pounds at the beginning of the year, that was huge for me because I had never been able to lose like that much with doing a diet. I would do like a healthy diet for a few months, and then I would try to reward myself because I deserved, you know, I was like, I deserve to like have some cheat days. I lost all this weight and I worked my ass off, and then I would like get lost in that, and then it would be hard to get back on track. The thought of being under the 200s for me is like, I almost don't imagine it because like I haven't been under the 200s. I haven't been in the 100s. This is me being vulnerable. I don't give a shit anymore. I don't care. Like I feel like I just opened up so much to y'all. I'm like, who gives a fuck, girl? You know, I have not been in the 100s in a long time, girl. I deadass think that the last time I weighed under 200 pounds was when I met Raul. When I met Raul, I had actually lost weight. Like I remember I had done my own like diet after high school, and I had lost some weight. and I believe I was like 170 something when I met Raul. The point is, that's the last time I remember being under 200 pounds, because after Raul and I got together, we both gained a lot of weight together. Oh my gosh, I got off my 6-week post-op call last week. I did mention to you guys that I got it done in Torrance, California, but a lot of you guys are always asking me, where did he get it done? Where did he do the sleeve? It was with Dr. Ruhipur in Torrance, California. It is called Torrance Bariatric Institute. Just search on Google Torrance Bariatric Institute. That is where I did my surgery with Dr. Ruhipur. I literally just found him Googling. I literally just Googled doctors and I saw that he had great reviews, and that is ultimately why I went with them. But I would definitely recommend them to y'all. And oh my gosh, y'all, like days after my surgery, like a week after, one of the girls at their team, she ended up texting me, because they texted me like, you know, like, oh, you have your doctor's appointment, or you have your follow-up here, this and that, you know, like, but they're obviously communicating with you constantly, which I love, because you could ask them so many questions and they'll text you back like, I freaking love that team, y'all. They're amazing. But they texted me and said that they saw the podcast. Oh my god, girl. Honestly, I had no clue that anybody in that office even like knew who I was, or maybe they came across it. Maybe somebody told them about the podcast. I don't know. They ended up watching the podcast, which I thought was so funny. I was like, oh my god, not my doctors watching the podcast. I just thought it was hilarious. And then I started like thinking about all the shit I talk about on the podcast, and I was like, oh my god. So on this call, we reviewed everything, and I was telling you guys on the podcast how I've known to be pre-diabetic for as long as I can remember. Like, I'm telling you, I remember being like 5 or 6 years old and going to the doctor, you know, for checkups, and they would always tell my mom that our sugars were a little high, that we were like insulin resistant. And then up until like my teen years is when I started hearing pre-diabetic. Like, I started hearing the words pre-diabetic. I've heard that my entire life, and I remember being, I was like 5 weeks pregnant, y'all, like super early on. You don't usually get gestational diabetes until you're like, you know, like 18 or 20 weeks or so. So for a while, my doctor, he thought that I was probably already diabetic, like full-blown diabetes, and I probably just didn't know. Like, that's what my doctor thought. So I got on a phone call with an endocrinologist, and I told him, you know, I hadn't even ate breakfast. I had just drank some, like, I think it was agua de piña. It was pineapple water, and my sugar was at 220. So I remember I talked to a doctor on the phone, like an endocrinologist, and he told me, he's like, you're full-blown diabetic. You're full-blown diabetic. And I remember I got so scared. I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not diabetic. Like, I'm pre-diabetic. I told him, I was like, I've always been pre-diabetic. And he was like, he was very stern about it, where he like scared me to think that I was like full-blown diabetic. But then I started seeing my doctor, Dr. Rad, and like, obviously he put me on insulin and stuff, and even he thought like maybe you are diabetic, you know, we don't know. My whole pregnancy, I controlled my sugars. I was on insulin and stuff. So then I gave birth, and then my sugars did go back to normal. They did. For a few weeks after I gave birth, I would always check my sugars, and they looked fine, like the numbers were normal. So I thought, I was like, oh, thank god, like maybe I'm not really diabetic and I was just pre-diabetic, like I assumed. But I never got like confirmed to take my A1C. I have a feeling that I was like transitioning from pre-diabetic to diabetes, like I was on the edge. And then at the beginning of the year, this year, when I lost like 40 pounds, I'm sure that helped my sugars a lot. And I've been on a health kick, so I feel like that in general has helped my sugars a lot. So I did my blood work. My most recent one was last week, and we got on this phone call, and they do my A1C, and she tells me, your sugars look normal. And I'm like, my sugars? And she's like, yeah, like your A1C looks normal. And I was like, really? I've always been told I'm pre-diabetic. Girl, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but when I tell you, like, I fucking cried on that phone call, like on that Zoom call. I will say that I feel like I'm an emotional person, but if I'm on a phone call with like a professional, like a doctor, I'm not about to start crying. Like, I will do anything in me to not cry, because I'm like, I'm on a phone call right now with a doctor. I'm not about to cry right now. I'm gonna look dumb, you know what I mean? But I was so caught off guard by her telling me that my sugars were like super normal and that looked amazing, that I literally started crying. Like, I literally was like, girl, I literally like cracked in that moment. And I told her, I was like, I'm so sorry. I've just always heard I was pre-diabetic my entire life, and I just never thought I could hear that I had normal sugar levels. And it was so sweet because I could see it in her face. Like, that team is so sweet, y'all. Like, they genuinely care. Like, I could see in her face that she was excited for me. She was like, no, you're not pre-diabetic anymore. And I was like, oh my god. I got so emotional just because like I really was like, oh my god, that's so crazy. Like, you know, for a while I feared that I probably was already full-blown diabetic, and I've been told I was pre-diabetic like my whole life, and now I'm being told like, nope, gone, like not even pre-diabetic, your sugars look great. My pre-op appointment showed that I had high cholesterol, and now at 6 weeks post-op, I have normal cholesterol levels. To hear that all your blood work looks amazing is just crazy to me, especially as someone who's like not the healthiest. Like every time I would go to any appointment, any doctor appointment, or any type of blood work, anytime I did any type of blood work, I already knew I was gonna hear something about my sugars or about something. So to hear that all my lab work looked great, like everything, girl, I was, oh my god, you guys, I was on cloud 9 when I got off that phone call. And also she cleared me for all foods, like all foods. I was like, oh my god, because I even told her, I was like, so like what can I eat, what can I not eat, like can I eat bread, like how does that work? And she said to take it slow, that to test food, because like you could have it but in very small amounts. She told me, she's like, focus more on proteins, get a little bit of carbs in there, but more protein than anything. I was like, oh my god, wait, I could eat anything. Oh my gosh, yeah. I even told her, like, I was like asking them like, wait, so like can I eat steak? Because like I can't even imagine myself eating steak, you know, like I don't know, because that's like a food that's like, you know, you gotta chew a lot and stuff. And she's like, yeah, she's like, if you chop it up really good and you chew well, you should be able to eat steak. I feel like I'm seeing the benefits of the surgery, and you do see them pretty quickly, but the first week is just so hard because you literally could barely even hold down your freaking water. Like even your fluids, you could barely hold them down. It's so hard. For me, I feel like recovery was hard. Mentally you want to eat, but like physically you can't because you're recovering. And the first week is so hard, like so hard, but I would do it a million times again. I would do it a million times again because I am now 7 weeks post-op and I am so happy, y'all. Like I'm so happy that I did this. I feel like this surgery was something that I needed to do for myself. It's like one of those things that you feel like you're like, I need to be selfish and do this for me. Like I feel like it's something I needed. I feel like it's a really big gift to myself, and I'm so glad I did. Like I really think, I'm like, dang, I should have done this earlier. I've been told by people that I look way more energetic at the warehouse, for example. I've noticed Raul and I took Mia to Disneyland recently. We were there from 12 p.m. to 12 at night because they close at midnight. We were there the entire 12 hours. We were there on our feet walking, and tell me why, like my feet hurt a little bit at the end, but like not even that bad. And typically, like in the past, if I went out and like walked for a few hours, 4 or 5 hours, I would have been getting home, my feet would have been like hurting. You know, like when you have a day where you've been walking around so much that the next day your feet are like pulsing. I feel like that's what I expected from that trip, because it was like, so we were on our feet for so long that the next morning my feet were not sore. I was like, you're kidding, how? Like, how are my feet not sore? We were on our feet for 12 hours at Disneyland. I was just shocked at all the energy I had that day. It's the little things. It's the little things that if you're not overweight, you probably wouldn't even notice that this is like a thing with other people. It's like those little wins that you wouldn't even know you would notice later. Like I'm starting to realize that when I wrap myself in a towel, like I could wrap myself in a towel. It sounds so stupid. I know some of y'all watching like, what? It sounds so dumb, but to us that know the struggle of not fitting in a towel, because there's like the big towels, you know what I mean? Like those big towels that you could wrap yourself in and you're like, oh yeah, like I fit in this towel. I'm noticing with like normal towels, like I'm starting to be able to like cover like my whole body with it. And I'm like, oh my god, I could actually like, you know what I mean? Like if you know, you know. And if you cannot relate to this at all, then lucky you, because it's definitely a thing where if you're on the bigger side, you're like, girl, like this towel's like open like this, like it don't even go around you, like, you know what I mean? I still am constantly doing my protein shakes. My protein shakes are my everything. I love my protein shakes. Raul makes the best protein shakes, y'all. Girl, put some banana in there. Like the pre-made ones, I am sick of those. Like I'm sick of the pre-made ones. The Premier Protein, sick of them. Oh my god, I'm so sick of them. But the proteins that you make at home, like those I really recommend. Put some banana in there. Put a little bit of cocoa powder, like mess with it, girl, and it's so good. Devotion Nutrition protein, the best, like delicious. Oh my god, and then put some peanut butter powder in your protein shakes. They're so good. Oh my gosh. Also, I really have been enjoying these chips. Oh my gosh, they're the Quest chips. They are protein chips, you guys. I literally went to Target and bought them in off the flavors. It's literally Doritos. Like, for me, the Quest chips, they're kind of like Doritos, but like protein. And they go down so amazing that you could finish a bag. You want to eat slower. That is one thing that you have to tell yourself, like, eat slowly, because even with like the soft food stage or like the puree stage, there was times that I was like in a rush to eat, and I would be eating like my mashed potatoes and I would eat them quickly, and then I'd be like, yo, like I would feel it up here, like I need to eat slowly. So that is one of the biggest things. You just really have to eat, like, you know, a lot slower, chew your food really well, and you kind of have to like listen to your cues, your body cues telling you that you're full. This is so weird, y'all, but like my nose gets runny when I get full. That's a random fact, and I've seen it on TikTok as well. I see people talk about it. Like my nose will start running a little bit and I'm like, I'm getting full. I've noticed when I'm getting full, my nose starts running. I don't know what the connection is with that, but it's a thing, and it really does happen. My brother Luis is 4 months out. Luis has already lost 90 pounds. 90 pounds in 4 months is just insane. He's lost so much weight, and it's just good to know somebody that is on the same boat as you. My friend Elizabeth is looking into it. She's been looking into it like with her doctor, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for her. I'm so excited for her, and knowing that we're both gonna be like sleep sisters, and we're gonna go out to eat together, and we're both we'll share a plate or something. I love the idea of knowing other people that do it, because like you're in it together, you know. Seeing that my cholesterol is good, seeing that my sugars are good, seeing that everything, like literally all of my blood worked, all of it looked amazing, that literally had me in tears. It had me in tears. And when I got off my call, I was like, it was worth it. It was worth it. I'm noticing myself that like I'm starting to post more on Instagram again. I don't know if you guys noticed it before, but there was like a good time period where like I wasn't really posting much on my Instagram feed. And truthfully, it's because I felt stupid because I had lost weight, and then I had started putting weight on again, and I gained 20 pounds like nothing, like so quickly. And I stopped posting much on Instagram because I was like, oh my god, like I told everybody I was losing weight, and that's why I don't like doing that shit. Like I remember in my last video I was like, I don't like doing this because I'm probably gonna gain weight, and I did. And I stopped posting on Instagram just because I wasn't feeling myself. Like I really wasn't. Like I would take pictures and I was like, oh, I was like not feeling myself in those pictures like at all. I kind of just like stopped posting on there. I feel like I'm getting back to like, I'm noticing that I'm starting to be a lot more open to taking pictures. I'm starting to get ready more now. Like I'm not usually the type to like get ready, and lately I've been wanting to get ready just to get ready, like just because I'm just like feeling good. So like I feel like getting ready and stuff. But yeah, this is me at 2:05 currently, and that's the update, y'all. Oh my god, a lot of you guys told me like, you notice my lips look bigger, like if I got them done again. I did not get my lips done again. I think it's literally just like my face maybe like slimming down a little bit, so it makes in general, I feel like my teeth look bigger and my lips look bigger. And I think it's just like my face, you know, it's the weight loss, I guess. If you guys do have any other questions, just let me know down below and I'll try to answer them in another vlog. But that's kind of like the gist of everything. Anyways, yeah, that's that.